Hello there, audience. I am James Tate. That is Kyle Nilton. Welcome back to this week's Gilsson and Nold episode 15 podcast. Um,
Whew.
so I lost this week again. Nilson's
Yeah.
catching up on me, which is unfortunate. We have to,
As you can see on the screen right now, head to
I'm
head.
gonna have to, I'm gonna have to drag him back down. Start just like put him in a chokehold,
Nah,
head, chair shot him. Lots of
I
fun.
I appreciate the wins. Remember who has two double-digit winning weeks back to back. Catching up, man.
Well, we'll see how long that lasts. Let's get into the recaps real quick. Colts Broncos. Colts win
Worst game of the week.
12-9. This is worst game. This is my worst game of the week too. This game was boring as fuck. I mean, I guess you could claim that it was good defense, but whenever you look at the quarterback stats
No.
and you look at the running back stats, you see that is a farce. That's a lie. They're being lied to. This game
Colts,
sucked.
you are the worst 2-2-1 team ever. God.
And honestly, the Broncos are one of the worst teams in the NFL, just from a standpoint. I hate them.
I hate both of these teams after tonight. After that night.
Now, moving on from worst game of the week to my best game of the week.
Not turning on you that
Gi-
one, buddy. Ha!
Giants and Packers. Giants win 27-22. What a fun comeback.
Dude, oh my god. I was thinking that morning, could Giants do it? Oh, man. Wow.
Oh yeah, I picked Packers, but I picked it more as I thought the Packers had the better coaching staff. I was wrong. The Giants have the better coaching staff. They have the weaker talent, but the better coaching staff, and this proves coaching in the NFL especially matters.
Oh, yeah.
Now moving on to
Lions versus
Pit-
Patriots.
Patriots beating the Lions 29-0, and
First shutout of the
despite,
season, by the way.
despite the Lions not scoring a single point, they still remain as the third top scoring offense in the NFL.
I don't even know how that's possible after that. Dude.
This,
Ooh.
this was a dreadful performance. It honestly looked like a pro team going up against a high school team 90% of the time. And you hate to see it, but this proves that maybe there are more flaws embedded in Detroit because Bailey Zappi was looking like prime Brady out there.
It was. Oh, and also Nick Folk made 5 out of 5 his field goals. He was truly the Brady of that team that day.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's true Brady fashion, how to win, just to let the kicker do it.
Yeah.
Speaking of kickers, but this one missing it, the Chargers win 30-28 off of two key Cade York misses.
Who? I don't blame Cade York. So what happened here was that Brandon Staley, which just gives you your bit to talk about football analytics, Brandon Staley went for it on 4th and 2 on the Chargers 46. Chargers ended up failing it. Gold will explain more on what happened with the play. And Browns basically had it in field goal range. But for whatever reason, Browns did not get any more yards, leaving Cade York with the 54-yard field goal, to which he shanked it to the right. Like, that's not really Cade York's problem. It's not really Cade York's, fault.
It's not truly his fault, but on to my little tirade here. So it's 4th down and 2. You're at your own 46-yard line. And admittedly, 4th down and 2, those are usually easy to get. So they go for it, but I mind you, there's only a minute and 13 seconds left, just about. About a minute 20, minute 13. And you could punt it, and at the very least, try to pin the Browns back in at their own goal line. Or at the very least, it's a touchback. They started their own 20, 25-yard line. There's still a lot more field to go than them being on your side of the field. And for some odd reason, Brandon Staley, who I like his aggressiveness. I like his aggressive nature of going for on 4th downs no matter the field. But the game's in the line, dude. This isn't I need to win. I need to get this 1st down because I need to go down there, kick a field goal, and win the game. Or I need to score a touchdown, win the game. This is dude, we have no timeouts. They have no timeouts. Let's just go get the 1st down and win the game, or punt it, and then you rely on your defense to fucking stop them.
A defense that's stacked, even with some injuries.
I mean, you have some key injuries, but the defense played great for most of the game. And so they decided to go for our 4th down and 2, and the play call was running a guy in the left side slant to the sideline, like he ran up a yard, then ran completely to the left to the sideline where he was in man coverage. You have two guys on the far left and far right running drag routes, which is just them running straight. They're running straight. They're not stopping. They're running straight for 10 yards. And then you have one guy running a slant down the right side, and he's the guy who you could probably get the ball to. He should be your target. But there's a guy in front of him, right in front of Eckler, who's being the blocker, who's for some reason not going to the check down because they were rushing a corner at number 20 on the Browns, who were rushing him. But you could have had Eckler as a check down, and there would have been no one to stop him. There was no one else on Justin's right side to get Eckler on the check down. But the slant guy was the only guy, and he was only open for a second because you have a linebacker zooming straight down the middle of the field to try to block the pass. But even if Justin throws the ball, he has a higher percentage of completing it than throwing it to the fucking drag route by Mike Williams, who's in man coverage being grabbed on. It's just bizarre play calling, and it's even more bizarre decision making by Brandon to go for it there. And at the end, post game interview, he said that he trusts his defense. And as Pat McAfee said, well, if you trust your defense, then punt it.
Yeah, I don't know. Especially if you pin him deep, no timeouts, like that's in your favor.
And this is my thing with game analytics. We saw it that game with Brandon Staley, and we saw it on Monday Night Football with Josh McDaniels, which we'll get there shortly, where McDaniels, right, down a point, just scored a touchdown, decides to go for two, instead of kicking the field, instead of kicking the extra point and tying it
with 4:27 left.
Yeah, that's a hardy amount of time.
Not now, 27 seconds left. 4:27.
Now, I don't. Now there are many arguments of but it's about a 90% chance to get it. Okay, what about the 10%? None of these coaches take in consideration the lower half of that percentage. John Harbaugh in the Bills game could have kicked them into the lead, forcing the Bills to feel more anxiety with a little bit of time left instead of feeling very calm going downfield, pickpocketing. Meanwhile, the Bengals Sunday Night Football, they don't go for two because they fucking know it won't matter anyways. So they kick the extra point, 2 minutes left, Lamar Jackson clutching it out. These in-game analytics should not define games. It should be a situation of, okay, what are the odds? Not, okay, that's a higher percentage, let's go for it. Like, that's dumb. That's dumb coaching.
Use your common sense like old days before analytics came in.
Yeah, use your big brain.
Come on, coaches, you got it.
There you go. That's my little my rant on analytics in football. So next up was the Texans beating the Jaguars 13-6 in a very defensive game.
And actually a fun one, like a really good one. Dameon Pierce is definitely someone to look out for. He's actually a really good rookie so far for the Texans.
He's a very angry runner, and also this proves the narrative continues. Trevor Lawrence is not clutch.
Sixth time now. Maybe even more with Trevor Lawrence and game-winning drives. Like, what is he doing?
No clue. Okay, next up is Atlanta.
Sorry, I don't want to hold this back, but he had two chances to make the comeback.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was before the 2-minute warning and then after the 2-minute warning.
So it's not just one. You had two chances, Trevor.
Okay, next is Atlanta losing the Buccaneers 15-21, and there was a game-costly roughing the passer call that's very controversial that happened, and we're not going to go into a rant of the roughing the passer call.
Nope.
It's dumb. It should be, at the very least, re-looked at, but I'm going to say, Atlanta,
you can't break that curse.
You put yourself in this situation to be down by 21 points going into the fourth quarter. You should have expected this.
You deserve this.
you deserve this pain. Fucking suck it up. Okay, next one is Buffalo blowing out the Steelers, and all I'm going to say is Josh Allen, man.
And all I'm going to say is Gable Davis.
You said his name wrong, but yeah.
It is Gable Davis.
No, you said Davis.
I said Davis. Shut up. Move on.
You said Davis.
You want to argue about this for a second?
Rewind, Nelson. Rewind, like those, fucking new ads for Allstate or whatever. I'm calling my red flag.
Gable Davis. I'm calling the red flag. A challenge display.
I'm challenging the challenge of the chat.
After under review, I said Spygate.
Okay, next up is the Jets beating the Dolphins 48-17, where most of the Jets' points came in the fourth quarter.
Woo! And Teddy B's out. Man.
Okay, moving on. Vikings nearly blowing a lead, but still beating the Bears 29-22 in a hilarious fashion for one player.
Woo.
So there's a former Vikings player. They literally first catch all game. Former Vikings player, 40 seconds left, running it downfield, gets the ball stripped away to the Vikings, who win the game.
Yeah,
Gotta love it.
that's all.
Titans beating the Commanders 21-17. All I'm going to say here is Carson ain't clutch.
And Henry is Henry.
Okay, Saints beat Seattle and Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill. More men, more men, more men, more men.
Mainly Hill.
Yeah. Then let's see, 49ers beat the Panthers 37-15, and the agenda continues where Matt Rule got fired. Yet the Panthers are only a touchdown away from having the same amount of touchdowns on the season as the Rams.
That's an oof. Also, 49ers, as you can see on the thumbnail right here, lost way too many players for a team like the damn Panthers.
Yeah, that's scary considering that we're barely a quarter into the season.
They already lost their Super Bowl run if they had one of them.
True. Let's see. Next is Philadelphia almost blowing a lead to Arizona, losing 2017, and this is a narrative that I want to flow. Let it be known, Kyler Murray, until he gets to an NFC Championship game, just gets to it, is the most overrated quarterback in football. He is not worth the money that he got. He's not worth even fucking sitting out for that money. Yes, he has a lot of upside. I cannot deny that. There's a lot of potential upside with Kyler Murray. But this proves he fucking slid a yard short to get the first down. Instead of fucking diving for the first down and securing a better field position, now they had to spike it on 3rd and 1 with time running down instead of running another fucking play. It's dumb.
Yeah, Kyler. That's why you go to Lamar.
And then their kicker fucking missed it. He shanked it right. So this just proves Kyler's not worth the money until he gets an NFC Championship game. Like, at least Lamar has won a playoff game.
Yeah, at least one. Which, by the way, Eagles got the first win in Arizona in 21 years, just to make matters worse for Kyler right now.
Yeah, and Cliff. Cliff should be on the hot seat, but he got extended.
What? Oh, no.
Yeah, Cowboys beat... By the way, what was your game of the week?
Oh, we're approaching it soon.
Okay. Cowboys beat the Rams 22-10, and all I'm going to say is Matthew Stafford and Matt Ryan have very scarily similar stats.
Yeah.
Yeah! Okay, so not finally, but Ravens beat the Bengals.
My game of the week.
On Sunday Night Football. And all I'm going to say is Burrow did not help his team out in many situations, but he did get them the touchdown whenever they needed it. It's just Lamar Jackson is probably a top in the league currently. Top 5 guys I would rely on get me points in the final 2 minutes of games.
He's always proven it this season, trailing by 14 seconds into this game.
Right.
Obviously, that's ended now, but gosh, I mean, this was a great back and forth game. The NFC North is like really on fire this year with the games, man. This is another. I think this is the second game of the week for the AFC North, not NFC North. I know you're about to say something. The AFC North.
You know me too well.
This was a fantastic game. Like, it was just back and forth, like, really defensive. The Bengals have their identity back. The Rams, they do not. But the Bengals, I can see it. They have the energy again. It just came down to the fact that it's Justin Tucker. He's not going to miss a chip shot field goal.
Yeah, I would have already sort of warmed up the buses once Justin Tucker stepped onto the field.
Plus, any field goal range is chip shot for Justin. It could be 45. It's chip shot.
He holds a new record in a dome.
So he's making it no matter what.
Okay, and then finally Monday Night Football, the Chiefs coming back on the Raiders, then blowing the lead, and then coming back again to win 30-29, where they could have been at the very least 33-30, but we know why it's not that score.
Just an oof, and there's nothing much more to address on it because I got addressed earlier. But Josh McDaniels, why is he not fired? It's Thursday when we're recording this. We're Tuesday. He hasn't been fired yet.
Speaking of people who should be fired, Nilsson, take the floor.
Whoo! Daniel Hackett, that's his name, right? I can't believe I already forgot it.
Nathaniel Hackett.
Oh, Nathaniel. Okay, yeah, I already forgot his first. I'm just gonna call you Hackett. I have no respect for you. Denver has a problem. The biggest problem is their $250 million quarterback is not performing like we all thought he would. This is Russell Wilson's stats now after the Thursday night game. Now tell me, is this worth the money? 1,254 yards, not too bad. 4 touchdowns, 3 picks, 82.8 passer rating.
Oh my gosh, that is
Not good.
below average in my opinion. I mean, say what you want about Matt Ryan, say what you want about Matthew Stafford. We all collectively know that they're not playing the way that they should be. Russell Wilson, only 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions with Jerry Jeudy, with Surtain, or whatever the fucking guy's name is.
Sutton?
You have Sutton. Thank you.
Oh, wow. I got it right for once.
Yeah, you got it right for once. You have the offensive wide receivers to get it. You have a couple of good running backs. One fumbles a lot, and the other one's on the ACL. So, and not a good look. But I mean, shit, dude, you are throwing it to, in my opinion, less talent in Seattle. Fucking Tyler Lockett, Golden Tate,
And
Percy Harvin.
And he made them look great. Like, damn. If they go anywhere else, they're not looking the same. Russell made them look good.
It's bizarre, and we're seeing the effects of Russell Wilson. Also, it's not even it's part of it's Hackett. He doesn't really see. He had to hire someone to help him manage the game clock.
God. Can you hire someone to help him score touchdowns? Because Denver just cannot get in the end zone. Like, the most they have gotten in the end zone was the Raiders game. And now they're right back down to just doing field goals again. The heck?
It's almost as soon as they get into the red zone, because the field is so limited, they only have play calls in their playbook for everything from their own 1 yard line to the 20 from the other team's 20-yard line. That's all that they have. They expect big plays, and yeah, you've gotten a couple big plays for touchdowns, but you need red zone scores. Red zone is where it matters most.
And also what matters most is decision making. And yet again, Hackett made a really dumb decision of going for it on 4th down instead of icing the game away in the Colts game.
Yeah, that was dumb. And now, in all fairness, on another 4th down that he took in the overtime, I agree with him going for it there, even though they could have taken the field goal. I hate ties.
I do too.
So
this game, no one deserved to win.
Yeah. In all fairness, the Colts should be now 1-2-2.
I couldn't even imagine that. Oh,
I'm actually now so upset just realizing that we could have had the first ever 1-2-2 team in the fucking Super Bowl era.
Dude, oh my god, I couldn't even imagine. They're gonna get a tie again. It's just a matter of who, and it's probably gonna be the Texans.
I hate you, Hackett. You ruined a dream.
God dang it, Hackett! And it wasn't even Hackett's fault. Was it Hackett's fault with the play calling? Because Russell missed that wide open guy. Does he know?
I think the play calling in overtime was really perfect for the Broncos. The Colts defense couldn't stop them. It's just
like they
Russell,
can't stop anything.
Yeah, it's just Russell. Instead of looking at the wide open guy on the slant route in the end zone, the guy fucking decides to throw it to the opposite side of him, and it's it was incomplete, if I'm correct, right?
It's either complete or nearly picked.
It was either incomplete or intercepted. But the point is, it ended the game on 4th and short. Mind you, they could have gone for another play, but they decided to end it there. Absolutely dumb play calling. The coaching staff doesn't really seem to be affirmative. They don't seem to have a firm grasp on anything. Concepts of time and management. We saw that all the way back in week 1. We saw it in their loss against the Raiders. We saw it here. We saw it in their win against Houston, when the fans were counting down on the play clock
and booing them. Oh, that's another thing. Denver was booing their own team going into overtime. That says everything you need to know.
Their fans left the stadium before overtime began. They were going into overtime and they were leaving. That's how much the fans have been disappointed in their team and in their quarterback. If I'm Russ Wilson, I'm doing a lot of looking into myself, where I'm thinking, what can I improve? Where's the Russell Wilson that was scrambling out of the pocket with the dangerous legs, who was throwing it downfield accurately, who was hitting the passes that was needed? Where's that Russell Wilson? Is Hackett holding him back? But that makes no sense, since Pete Carroll is a more conservative play caller than Hackett is supposed to be whenever he had Aaron Rodgers. But it's clear to me, at the very least, that I think I know why Aaron Rodgers stayed in Green Bay instead of going to Denver with Nathaniel Hackett. Because Nathaniel Hackett can't fucking hack it.
He cannot. He's not a hack. He is not
No,
a hack.
he is a hack.
No, if he was a hack, that means he's accomplishing something.
No. Wait, no. Hack means that they aren't doing it.
Oh well.
Let me look it up real quick. Hack. The other definition of it, motherfucker. Okay, let's see.
Let's see.
Okay, no. Okay. Okay, so cut through with heavy blows. You know, no. Okay, okay, noun, plural noun, hack. Okay, so this isn't helping me. Where's the? Okay, here we go. Hack. Here we go. Hack. A writer or journalist producing dull or unoriginal work. That's what I was looking for.
Oh, okay.
He's a hack.
All right, he is a hack. See, look what you're doing to me, Hackett.
Fuck you, Nathaniel. That's an old 16th century name. Who the fuck is named Nathaniel? Go by Nate, motherfucker.
Go back to 1869, motherfucker.
Asshole.
Next.
Okay. Yeah, the next topic. Speaking of abusing people who don't deserve to be abused, or maybe do deserve to be abused, what's up with Devante?
Devante. Oh, I'll tell you what's up with Devante. He is a little bit pissed off that he collided with his fellow player in the end of the Raiders game.
So he decided to collide with the cameraman on the way to the tunnel.
And and here's the thing. I'll give Adams credit on one thing, and why I do not believe he should get suspended. I know that may sound crazy, but he took time out of the interview, not being asked about it, to actually apologize about it. No one told him to. He did it himself. He took matters into his own hand. I actually respect him as such for doing that. Not all the way, because, well, poor cameraman was just doing his job.
He also apologized on Twitter without being gassed to, and also now there's being a police report filed on him, if I'm correct, or a lawsuit filed on him from the guy he pushed down, which I just think is a pussy move.
I mean, he pushed him pretty hard, right to the ground.
I mean, unless you're actually severely injured or hurt, get the fuck over it. I mean, yes, I understand there's wealth to be had there, but like, dude, I mean, you are an NFL cameraman. Is your pay cut not if your paycheck not good enough?
Like, seriously, he apologized on his own act. Like, it just handshake on it.
But by the way, I'm not defending him. I'm not defending a millionaire who could pay him out. What I am saying is that the person who's asking for it, it's a pussy move.
It is. It's a little bit too much for a shove. It's not like he stabbed him or anything.
If anyone should be asking for millions of dollars, should be fucking Tua and Teddy. Both have been concussed by being on Miami.
God, it's so bad for them. Miami's cursed, and they should stay as such.
Just. Who, as a quarterback in the right mind, would want to play in Miami knowing that your starter and your second string quarterback are out of games with concussions?
So Miami Dolphins fans should be allowed to sue.
Yeah, just like the NFL should sue the organization of Miami, the Dolphins.
Yeah. See, this is the new gate, the Adams gate.
Oh yeah, but. So, moving on from Devante Adams into our players of the week.
With no Devante Adams, unfortunately. Maybe.
Unfortunately. Okay, I'm pretty sure we're going to have a lot of similar picks here. Let's find out. So, quarterback of the week, Josh Allen's.
Well, yeah. I mean, come on.
20 of 31, 424 yards, 4 touchdowns, an interception, 134.1 pass rating, 64.5 completion percentage. Come on.
Like, come on.
Running back of the week, Taysom Hill.
Yeah, come on. They didn't put him on ESPN. He deserved to be on there. I get he's not a running back, but the dude's everything.
I know, dude. He 9 carries, 112 yards, rushing, and off of 9 carries. That's impressive. 12.4 average yards per run, 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns technically, because one of them came through the air, which I loved. I was dying of laughter. He was like going to do a run, and they just did the Tebow, just a flick of the wrist to the end zone.
Yeah,
that was funny.
Shit, sorry. Something was going on in my background. Dude, honestly, okay. Hill, yes, and wide receiver of the week, I think, is...
Well, no, I was nice. Oh, no, you continue talking on the Hill.
Oh, I'll just say, for Hill, it was attempting to put him at wide receiver, too. There was attempt to do it, but he did it more on the ground than he did it, in the air.
A wide receiver of the week, Mike Williams.
Oh.
10 receptions, 134 yards, 13.4 average yard per reception, no touchdowns. What's your wide receiver of the week?
Gabe Davis. I did say wrong. Who would have thought? 3 receptions, 171 yards, 57 average yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns, and you wouldn't believe it, all this came in the first half, I think, or most of it did.
I get my timeout back, motherfucker.
I lose my timeout.
Yeah. Now I think we're gonna have definitely 2 different picks for defensive player of the week. But my defensive player of the week is more. It's more of technically an entire team that deserves it, but I gave it to the best player on that team. So my defensive player of the week goes to Micah Parsons. He only had 3 tackles, 2 assists, but also 2 sacks.
Oh, yeah, that's important. That's important. I went with Derwin James Jr. 10 total tackles, 5 assist tackles, and 0 interceptions.
Now, the reason why I gave it to Micah, even though his stats are actually very low and very, very underwhelming at face value, people have to take into consideration that Cowboys defense, besides 2 big plays, were on Matthew Stafford's ass all fucking game. They picked him off. They sacked him not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, 6 times.
You don't play with that Cowboys defense. Like, wow.
The secondary was locking down receivers, even named Cooper Kupp, to the point where Allen Robinson had to wear white sleeves just to get a pass. The Cowboys defense carried Cooper Rush to a victory, and they won 20. They still won by double digits.
Surprisingly.
They also scored the first points of the game on if I'm correct, it was a fumble recovery for a touchdown or a pick 6. Either way,
it was due to the fault of Matthew Stafford.
Bravo, Dallas! You deserve this victory.
For once.
Yeah.
For once.
Yeah. At least your defense does. Now let me move on to my college rankings. A little bit different. Little bit different this time. Some teams left, some teams joined.
Some teams moved. Whew.
Some teams went up. We'll see how it goes. Let's start with number 25. Is Illinois. They were unranked last week. 24 is Texas. After a beatdown of Oklahoma, 49-0, they deserve to be ranked. Kentucky falls down to number 23. They were suck to be them.
They're risking of not being in the ranking anymore, too.
Oh yeah, they're going up against number 60 Mississippi State. That's going to be intense. Number 22 is Tulane. Tulane has been quietly put at 5-1. That's impressive. Ooh. Number 21 is Utah. They were all the way up at number 8. Now they're down to 21. There's a reason.
Sucks to be
They're not going anywhere anytime soon. At least anywhere important. Number 20 is Kansas. You hate to see it, but at least they're still ranked. Number 19 is TCU. Yeah, like to see it. TCU is pretty good. 18 is Cincinnati. No, not the Bengals. 17 is Syracuse. New York team. Who would have thought? 16
this year.
16 is Mississippi State. 15 is Kansas State. A lot good for state teams. 14 is UCLA after their upset victory over Utah. 13 is Wake Forest. 12 NC State. 11 Oregon. 10 Penn State. 9 Tennessee. 8 Ole Miss. 7 Clemson. 6 USC. 5 Oklahoma State. 4 Michigan. 3 Ohio State. Alabama falls down to number 2 after they should have lost to A&M.
Dumb decisions.
Number 1 is Georgia back up top after they blew out Auburn. So, good for them.
Yeah, Georgia took back the crown.
Now, NFL time. Here we go. 32 Commanders. Carson sucks.
Something you guys can take notice of that you pointed out to me. Most of this bottom half teams are poorly coached teams.
Yeah. Sorry, Ron. Sorry, Riverboat Ron, but you may not have it anymore.
Lost the sauce.
31 is the Lions. Ooh, they're not biting kneecaps in New England.
Sorry.
30 is the Panthers. Matt Rule go bye-bye. 29, the Bears. Who the fuck even is the Bears head coach? I don't know him. I don't know his name.
Justin Fields. Let's say Justin Fields is the coach.
Yeah, fuck him. 28. I was going to say 7. I don't know. 28 is the Raiders. We know why. 27, the Steelers. That's a bit shocking for them to be this low.
Or on a 4.
True. 26, the Jaguars. That's for a second I was getting worried that they were getting too high. Good to know they're back down to the dregs.
Thank God.
25, the Texans. Fair spot for them. 24, Denver. How's it feel? Huh. Yeah.
Suck on
20. 3 is the Browns, 22 the Seahawks, 21 the Colts. I just realized I placed both of Matt Ryan's teams right next to each other.
Oh, oh,
His
oh,
20 is
Falcons won this
Atlanta.
one though. Falcons won. Yes.
Oh, oh wow, that's brilliant. No worries, the Falcons are going to blow the lead as per schedule.
Yeah, of course.
19 the Cardinals, 18 Patriots, 17 Saints, 16 Rams, 15 Dolphins. You deserve to be trash.
Should be number 32.
14 Bengals, just hanging on because the other AFC team that was good stepped up this week. 13 Buccaneers,
Damn.
12 the Jets. Let this be known, Buccaneers, the Jets are better than you. 11 Giants, and also the Giants. 10 Chargers, 9 Ravens, Lamar, 8 Titans, 7 Green Bay, 6 the Vikings,
Surprisingly.
5 the 49ers, 4 the Cowboys, shockingly, 3 Buffalo, not so shockingly, 2 the Chiefs. Hey, Patrick Mahomes. I'm, or as he would say, I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here.
And number 1 is Philadelphia, sticking at number 1. Who would have thought they'd be 5-0 this? Who would have thought they would have been, anything other than 3-2? Man, the NFC East. It's gonna be fun. The NFC East is gonna be fun. So,
all right, here we go. Week 6 predictions, and we got plenty of time. There might be a little more talky on this one. So if you thought last week's Thursday night game was bad, oh, just you wait, because this Thursday we have Commanders versus the Bears.
I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm picking the Commanders. Why? Because I have more faith that the Commanders going 2-4 than the Bears getting back to 500.
I picked Commanders because, truth be told, Carson Wentz is better than Justin Fields. That's literally the only thing that's going to help him right now. Next, there's going to be no London games this week, but we have the Ravens versus the Giants, and I have an upset alert. I think Barkley can step all over that Ravens defense. I feel like he can do it. I think he can do it.
I'm picking Baltimore, but this was so difficult to do. It's either Baltimore or New York. I went with Baltimore. I went with the Ravens because I feel like Lamar, if it comes down to it, Lamar can be clutch. The Giants' defense will not know what hit them in the final 2 minutes of the game.
Who knows? Next, we have Jaguars versus Colts. I'm picking Colts this time. They're not going to win in Jacksonville, but they surely will win in Indianapolis. But this game,
I'm also picking the Colts.
I don't know how this game's going to go. I truthfully do not know. This game is most likely going to be 3-3 in overtime. Next, Patriots versus the Browns. Last time these two teams met, Browns got absolutely pummeled by the Patriots 45-7. So will the same story be told? And I believe it will be. Zappy, he's having a little Brady arc right now, isn't he?
I'm going to go with the Browns. The Browns are at home. They just suffered a demoralizing defeat. I feel like though they're going to come back to it, and I mean we'll see what happens. Think about it this way: Jacoby Brissett was the third string quarterback on the Patriots during those Super Bowl years for the second run. Zappy's the third string quarterback, so we're getting 2 former third string. We're getting a third string quarterback for the Patriots versus a former third string quarterback for the Patriots.
But Gold, revenge games don't work. Remember,
it's not a revenge game for Brissett. He left he left on a happy term. If anything, this is Bill Belichick trying to get revenge on Jacoby Brissett for not breaking out and replacing Tom Brady.
No! Damn it! Well, anyways, we have Bengals versus the Saints. A game that caused a lot of fighting in Louisiana. Woo!
A lot of fighting on Saints Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter. What's new? Just based on, Joe Burrow with LSU and just, the Saints' love. Like, guys, calm it down. But
Can't we just all get along?
Can't we all get along? But I'm picking the Bengals to make you guys upset.
I'm picking the Saints, but it's cautionary as fuck. Because it's one of those things where which defense is going to suck more? Do I have more faith in the Saints defense or do I have
more faith in Eli Apple?
In the Bengals defense. And I also hate Eli Apple with a burning passion. So that was part of the reason why I picked the Saints. Though for the predictions against my father, I might change it because I might, if depending on Jameis Winston starts or not, I might pick the Bengals.
I just realized this is a revenge game for Andy Dalton.
No, it's not a revenge game for Andy Dalton. It's a revenge game for Eli Apple.
Well, both of them.
Wait, do two revenge games just cancel each other out?
There's no revenge game going on anymore.
We'll find out. We'll find out if this game ends up going into a tie.
Well, there's one game that's definitely not going to be a tie. It's Buccaneers versus Steelers. I pick Buccaneers.
Buccaneers. No other thing. Buccaneers. Move on.
Yeah, 49ers versus the Falcons. This game should be interesting, but I have to go with the Falcons. 49ers got way too many costly injuries the last game, and I think Falcons that actually are a decent team can take advantage of it because they got on 49ers number 3 years ago, so they can do it again.
I have faith in Kyle Shanahan because I believe that his coaching abilities will be better. Will be better than Arthur Smith's coaching abilities with the amount of depth, because both these teams are pretty injured. Cordell Patterson's still out from what I know as far as I'm concerned. And also, hey, look, Jimmy G's on there, and I trust Jimmy G more than I trust Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, because one has a ring, actually. Next,
we
have the Jets versus the Packers. Packers. Listen, Jets, you might look decent, but, you know.
Packers, but it's cautionary, and I'm going to tell you why. Do we know where Zach Wilson went in California with Aaron Rodgers' mom? Is that confirmed, or is that just rumors?
This will be the game to find out.
I'm putting that rumors out there because I want TMZ to watch this and start typing up an article. Everything is a rumor if everything is a lie.
Bro. Next, Vikings versus Dolphins. Vikings are going to win. I honestly believe until Tua comes back, the Dolphins are going to get pummeled by every single team. And you guys deserve this so much.
Yeah, you deserve this pain, Miami. I'm picking Minnesota. Which I can't believe that. Ew, feels weird.
Yeah, Vikings are about to go 5-1, maybe.
That's disturbing.
Yeah, they should be 4-1. But Panthers versus Rams. I pick the Rams. Sorry, but I don't expect an interim head coach to beat the former Super Bowl champions, who should not be struggling right now, but look.
Yeah, I think the Rams are going to get back to 500. I think this is going to be a blowout. The Panthers are in the dregs of the NFL right now. They're going to be on a rebuild for the next couple of years. You hate to see it, but also, fuck them. They should not have a win, and yet they're only wins against us, so fuck.
Next, Cardinals versus the Seahawks. Now, even if both of these teams, well, actually, no, Seahawks look fine. Gino looks great. Cardinals, even with their struggles, these two teams always seem to be neck and neck, but I have to go with Seahawks. Geno Smith continuing his potential comeback player of the season.
This is going to be a shootout. You have two former Big 12 quarterbacks in Kyler and Geno, because Geno went to West Virginia. You have
two different years apart.
I know, but you have two former Big 12 quarterbacks who are known for playing against shitty defenses. Hey, guess what? The Seahawks defense sucks, so does Arizona's defense. So I'm expecting a shootout, and I think Geno's just playing better football than Kyler, even though Kyler has better escape ability. Geno throwing it downfield, I trust him more than Kyler is at the current moment. We'll see if that lasts. I'm picking the Seahawks.
It just help. It just help a lot.
Yeah.
Now, this should be on a primetime slot. For whatever reason, it's not.
It should be on Monday Night Football. Bills Chiefs should be on Monday Night Football. Nothing against Broncos Chargers, but no, everything against the Broncos.
Everything against Broncos. Nothing against, well, maybe some, but we'll get there when we get there. But, damn, this game is going to be hard. Bills versus Chiefs, but I'm going to have to give it the Bills. Bills have the number 1 ranked offense and the number 2 ranked defense. Whew, that is balanced.
It's revenge tour, baby. In Kansas City, they're next. Bills.
Sunday Night Football, a game that on paper looks awful from the start of the season, but oh boy, we have the 4-1 Cowboys versus the 5-0 Eagles. And let me tell you, I'm actually excited for an NFC East game on prime time.
I'm keeping my expectations low because most of the NFC East games, in general, fucking suck.
Besides the Cowboys and Giants, which was another primetime game that looked good. Like, what?
I know, that was shockingly good. So we'll see how this one goes. It's on Sunday Night Football. Last time the Eagles and Cowboys faced on Sunday Night Football, the Cowboys blew them out of the water. We'll see how this one goes. I'm going to pick Philadelphia because I believe Jalen Hurts will lead the Eagles to victory over the Cowboys defense.
I picked the Cowboys for these opposite reasons. I think Cowboys defense could actually stop Jalen. So far, Jalen's taken on not like the most craziest of defenses. He's going to finally go up front with a division rival, and they're going to shut him down. Though I think Jalen is not going to, throw many picks. Certainly not. He's more talented than that, but he's going to be stopped. So I picked
I feel
Cowboys.
I feel like Jalen has the better ability to escape guys like Micah Parsons, Van Der Esch, and some of the Cowboys' defensive line, more so than Cooper Rush will be able to escape the Eagles' defensive front.
Well, that's true. But Eagles
Or
defense
Dak
can be
Prescott.
good when needed.
Dak Prescott might be in the game. We don't know. We record these on Tuesdays.
We have no idea. Yeah. See, we have a disadvantage. Next. And why is this even next? Monday Night Football. Broncos versus Chargers. Who? Okay, well, actually, I know why. Because the AFC West was supposed to be dominant. It's not been that at all. I picked the Chargers. Sorry, but Broncos, 5 weeks in, can just score field goals. I don't see anything different happening here.
I'm picking the Chargers because fuck Hackett. I think we didn't just went on a tirade just to pick the Broncos. No, we're picking the Chargers. Most of
No,
us here.
we're not John Bios. We're not gonna change our minds.
You know, so yeah, that is it for us in this week for the podcast, episode 15. Lots of fun. Well, it's gonna be a lot of good games, mainly in the noon slot. I mean, Sunday Night
Hey,
Football should be good. Bills Chiefs should be amazing. So, well, we'll see how it goes.
we'll see. See y'all.
Okay.